So I'm just going to take you through some of the soldering equipment. As you can see, this is a well-used soldering mat. It's got all these burn marks on it, and what it does is it prevents things like skirting from burning if we're doing any soldering near them. It's quite flexible, so we can sort of wrap it around the pipe and into tight areas. This is green solder, which is lead-free solder, and it comes on a roll, and we can then bend it and play around with it. So if we need to get up into an awkward area, then we can sort of flex it round to our advantage. And we've got two different types of pipe cleaner. The most common one is the wire wool, and this is sanding grit. We would use this to remove paint from the pipe. Some people like to use this all the time, but it's all about preference really. Now this is the soldering flux, and inside here we have a brush which we can paste the flux onto the pipe, and as you can see there, it's just like a greeny yellow paste. Now we've got the blowtorch. Now I'll just show you how, if we're going to change, this is in two parts. So if we're going to change the bottle, for instance, all we do is just screw our bottle onto the blowtorch itself, and you just do it hand tight. That's all you need to do it. It's that easy enough. When you do it, you will smell a little bit of gas. That's normal. So now I'm just going to talk you through the basic controls of a blowtorch. So here, this is the on-off button. So the button won't go in, it's off, but to turn it on, all we do is just twist it round, and now our button will go in. And that is the piezo, which is the sparker to light the blowtorch. But all we need to do when we do that is just turn on the gas. And we do that by turning on this gas flow knob. So the more we turn it, the more gas flows out of it, and then we can restrict the gas down by turning it down. So if I turn it on, you should hear it. Just heard it then. I'm just going to show you how we light this in a second. I'll turn the lights off so you can see the flame a bit better. So when we light this blowtorch, we turn the gas knob on, push the button in. We have to hold the button on to allow the gas to flow through the torch. But if we want to release the button and have the flame constantly on, then on the top here, on this silver button, we can light the blowtorch, push the silver button in, and then that will leave the flame on constantly. And then to turn it off, all we do is just push the red button in, and that releases the button. One other thing I just quickly want to mention about the blowtorch is that at the end here it has an anti-flare operation, which keeps the flame nice and tidy. So instead of having a big bushy flame, it keeps the flame nice and tight. Also, this tip bit here, if we've been using the blowtorch for a long period of time, this doesn't get hot, which is good if you put it in your hands, or if you're going to go and put it down on the customer's carpet, it also won't burn it. So here we go, we're going to, first things first, turn the on button on, then we're going to turn the gas flow knob here round, and now just push the instant piezo button in. Push the silver button on the top here, and that will keep the torch on constantly. So we can control the flame by reducing this knob, the gas flow knob here. We might want to turn it down for smaller pipes, and then for bigger pipes we might want to turn it up. And as you can see, the flame is nice and tight. And as you can see, the anti-flare operation's working there. That's also so our flame will concentrate on the pipe and not other objects like skirting and walls as well. So it allows us to keep more control of our flame.